You know that feeling when your phone keeps buzzing during dinner and every time you pick it up, there's a new update that totally rewrites the last thing you were told? First, it's everything's fine, then it's actually we need to talk. Then 5 minutes later, it's a mysterious screenshot that changes the whole vibe. That's exactly how this Megan Fox and MGK saga has played out. Constant pings, constant pivots, constant wait, what now? Reports say Megan didn't just wake up one day and walk away. This breakup moved like a slow storm. Small clouds, then thunder, then lightning you could see from miles away. And rumours on the street keep circling one name, Sweeney, as the spark Megan couldn't push past. Tonight I'm connecting the dots, the projects, the posts, the public smile that didn't match the private math. Buckle up, because once you line up the timeline, the headline writes itself.
GK Kyle P wants to know if there's any truth to the rumor you and Sweeney were more than just friends.
Kyle P, shut up, dude.
Let's roll the tape backward. Before the breakup posts, before the cryptic captions, there was proximity. MGK and Sydney orbit each other through a buzzy music film project, industry events, and a handful of moments that fans clipped, saved, and filed away for later.
Okay, you guys, stop scrolling because apparently Megan Fox is not taking her breakup with MGK well at all. So quick catch up. Earlier this week, news broke that Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly were going their separate ways. Now, the reason why this MGK and Megan Fox breakup was so surprising is because less than a month ago, these two announced that they're expecting their first child together. And just like a lot of people were taken back by this breakup, it sounds like so was Megan Fox. As a source close to the couple told People magazine that she was, quote, blindsided by the split. This source also shared that Megan has since been distraught and that now she's reportedly just trying to focus preparing for the baby, as that is reportedly her current priority. Okay, now I want to hear your thoughts on these two. And don't forget, for more trending news, follow us at What's Trending.
Reports say that back when everyone was still cheering the whirlwind romance of Megan and MGK, those clips barely registered. But the internet's memory is a steel trap. Dates, outfits, who stood where, who laughed at what. People document it all. Rumours on the street say that once turbulence hit the Megan-MGK relationship, those old receipts didn't just resurface, they became anchors. They gave fans a way to say, see, the story was hiding in plain sight. And in celebrity land, context is everything.
Definitely have never been a part of a satanic ritual. Don't know any people who've been a part of a satanic ritual. I'm not sure if the Illuminati is real. It probably is. I have not been extended an offer to join. I feel like if it was real, I would have been given an offer to join by now.
A friendly cameo becomes chemistry, a nod becomes coded, and a shared weekend in the same city turns into coincidences piling up. Every breakup timeline has a turning point. For this one, it was the curated chaos of social media, a lyric here, a deleted photo there, a follow-unfollow wave that set sirens off across fan accounts. Reports say Megan's post started to shift tone, less hearts, more hard edges, fewer we moments, and more me statements.
How's life with a new babe?
It's awesome. I want to detract any of like the congrats to me and just move it to Megan because she really does all the work. Someone the other day was like, "You're such a good dad," like in front, just because I was like holding the baby or something like that, and like I could, I could see she was fuming.
Yeah.
Like, yo, dude, like, no.
The things that go on BTS.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That distance energy is the first thing audiences detect. Rumours on the street say the private conflicts had already gone a few rounds, but it was the public breadcrumbs that made people believe something permanent had changed. When someone who knows their camera angles as well as Megan does decides to speak with silence, removing pictures, archiving memories, switching up captions, that's not randomness, that's messaging. And the message read, trust took a hit and the center couldn't hold.
Someone the other day was like, "You're such a good dad." I could see she was fuming.
Yeah.
Like, yo, dude.
Right after the first shockwave, out came the crisis calm. A neat note, a nothing to see here tone. A nudge that said, we're working through it. Reports say that statement cooled the room for about a weekend. But here's the problem with tidy denials in a messy culture cycle. If the timeline keeps producing moments that feel off, the denial hardens into a dare. Rumours on the street say friends tried to play diplomat. Teams tried to keep everyone booked and busy, and schedules were strategized like chess to create breathing space. But the camera doesn't care about calendars. It cares about energy. Every shared stage, every red carpet, every angle that put MGK near a headline-friendly face dragged the story back to the surface. The more the team tried to flatten it, the more three-dimensional it became. Let's be real, Hollywood is small and talented people collide. But some collisions leave sparks that refuse to die out. Sydney's name sticks not because of one smoking gun, but because of a pattern the audience recognizes. Reports say the original collaboration put them in the same frame, at a time when MGK's relationship with Megan was the internet's favorite soap opera. Then came the staggered sightings, group photos, overlapping circles, and the kind of smile for the camera's familiarity that sets comment sections ablaze. Rumours on the street say that for Megan, the issue was less a single moment and more the drumbeat of moments, the steady tap 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 of a narrative that wouldn't stop playing in the background. When your life is scored by headlines, even neutral encounters become loaded. And Sydney, high profile, working non-stop, constantly trending, was the perfect lightning rod. Stylists, assistants, publicists, choreographers, these are the chorus in every celebrity story, the ones who don't post but always know. Reports say the Whisper Network started humming about late night edits, reworked travel plans, and will circle back messages that felt like stall tactics. A cancelled appearance here, a solo entrance there, a no media questions rule slapped on a press carpet. This is the choreography of damage control. Rumours on the street say that in green rooms and conference calls, the same name kept boomeranging back, not because anyone held a press conference about it, but because too many variables kept aiming in the same direction. The internet can be wrong, but it's rarely unfocused. When it zooms in, it's because something keeps giving it a reason. Personal life doesn't live in a vacuum when your image is a full-time business. Fashion houses, campaign partners, festival bookers, everyone likes a clean narrative. Reports say that as the triangle chatter grew, some partners slowed their roll on couple-facing moments and shifted to solo spotlights. That's not a cancellation, it's a recalibration. Rumours on the street say the most guarded meetings weren't about love, they were about optics. Which photos to lead with, which talking points to emphasize, which projects to push forward as a reset. In the modern fame economy, you don't just protect your heart, you protect your rollout. And when the swirl refuses to settle, the quietest decision is often the loudest message. Steer into the singular, not the shared. If there's one thing the internet loves, it's a puzzle. And this fandom had corkboards on corkboards. Reports say fans cross-referenced manicure colours with studio dates, matched captions to concert set lists, and tracked who liked what at what hour, like they were decoding a spy thriller. A hoodie repeats, flag it. A necklace shows up twice, screenshot it. A city check-in overlaps by 12 hours, thread it. Rumours on the street say that's when the story stopped being entertainment news and became a crowdsourced investigation. The more the official narrative tried to flatten the lines, the more the public drew contours. And once the audience believes it's seeing a pattern, it stops asking for permission to see it. We always reach this chapter, the thing we aren't supposed to know, but somehow do. Reports say there was a private moment, call it a message thread, a calendar clash, or a late-night conversation that turned "we can fix this" into "we're done." No screaming headlines, no street-side confrontation, just a threshold crossed, quietly. Rumours on the street say Megan's decision didn't come from a single shock, but from accumulation, too many explanations, too many "it's not what it looks like" answers stacked on top of each other. And once the stack got high enough, the choice wasn't dramatic, it was inevitable. Exit the couple, enter the reframe. While the conversation swirled, Sydney did the smartest thing a headline magnet can do, keep moving. Reports say she kept her calendar booked, her promo cycles tight, her sound bites focused on the work. Rumours on the street say the strategy was simple. Let the internet shout itself hoarse and let the next roll drown out last week's insinuations. In that sense, she didn't need to win the narrative, she needed to outlast it. And if there's one thing Sydney has learned quickly, it's that the internet gets bored. Give it enough premieres, enough cover shoots, and enough memeable moments, and yesterday's triangle becomes today's throwback. Every breakup reconfigures a city map. Who belongs to which brunch table, which tour bus, which after party. Reports say mutuals chose neutrality in public while taking sides in private. The like from a stylist, the no comment from a producer, the wish them the best from a castmate. Rumours on the street say this was less about loyalty and more about survival. People in the machine don't want smoke, they want simplicity. And the simplest path is always to the person whose story looks the most stable. The gravity here, it was pulling towards singular brands, not couple branding. Holidays expose what press tours can hide. Who you fly with, where you land, who is in the group shot. That's the reality show you don't need a contract for. Reports say the final clarity for Megan arrived around a calendar milestone. A trip, a plan, a promise that didn't hold. Rumours on the street say a private conversation ended with a private decision, and the new year didn't bring a reset, it brought resolve. After that, there was no more "we might," only "we won't." Silence can be a scream. Reports say Megan pivoted into image control not through long essays, but through precision. One carefully lit portrait, one sharp public appearance, one caption that functions like a headline without a single exclamation mark. Rumours on the street say that choice wasn't passive, it was surgical. No messy back and forth, no attention donated to a story. Artists turn chapters into tracks. Reports say MGK funneled the fallout into studio time, into riffs and hooks that let him say everything without ever saying anyone's name. Rumours on the street say the plan is to double down on the music, to remind people that headlines come and go but a chorus sticks. If that means leaning into the confessional lane, fine. If it means a surprise feature to jolt the discourse, also fine. Either way, a microphone is a better arena than a notes app. Here's where the story breathes. Reports say Sydney isn't chasing the conversation, she's outrunning it. New roles, new campaigns, new press cycles, it's a conveyor belt and it's moving fast. Rumours on the street say the longer she keeps the focus on output, the more yesterday's narrative fades into a footnote. That's how you win in 2025. You don't win the debate, you replace it with a busier calendar. Strip away the noise and you're left with a clear portrait, a woman who understands brand control better than most. Reports say Megan made a decision that prioritized peace over performance, boundaries over buzz. Rumours on the street say that's why the split stuck this time. She stopped treating the narrative like a project to manage and started treating it like a door to close. This isn't the beginning of a pity arc, it's the start of a precision era. This isn't just celebs being messy, it's a case study in our era's attention economy. Reports say this breakup shows how social media can build a relationship into a franchise and dismantle it with the same tools. Rumours on the street say the triangle chatter told us more about us than about them, how we assign meaning to crumbs, how we connect dots that may or may not connect, how we reward the cleanest storyteller. And here's my call, and I'm saying it with my chest. Reports say Megan will stay quiet for a beat, then drop a photo set so strong the timeline resets. Think striking glam, no caption needed. The kind of post that says chapter closed without spelling it out. MGK, rumours on the street say he'll double down with music. One pointed single, a late night performance, maybe a doc-style visual that invites fans into the writing room. And Sydney? She'll shift the narrative by stacking wins, premieres, campaigns, a role that demands the headlines talk about her range, not her proximity. Different strategies, same destination, forward. And now that the dots are connected, you can see why this scandal mattered. Because behind the noise,